Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Who remembers the BJ and Bill Show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. This, my friends, we are all the way up to episode 67, just one episode away from the same number that is my age.
Wow. That's really, really old.
No
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good for you. Good for us.
And I'm feeling it today, too, because normally I get a cold the week before Christmas, so I'm a week early.
You were talking about that before the recording started. So it's like a regular thing for you. You normally get a cold right around Christmas time every year.
I don't know what it is. Like, oh, my God, here it is Christmas. I'm catching a cold.
Are you visiting new people or are you, I know you're always visiting the son and the daughter and all that.
Well, we did go to, on Friday, we went to Disney. Maybe that was it.
Oh yeah, of course it is. I'm sure it is. That's so many people there that, who knows what kind of germs are out there in the air. So,
and I was thinking, usually like the weeks before Christmas
right.
break, it's usually pretty calm. Wasn't the case.
Really? It was busy?
It was busy.
Okay.
It was busier than I expected. Let's just say this.
Are they doing anything fancy for Christmas? Probably, right?
Well, they always decorate and things like that. The train is running again, so we took the train around the park.
The train.
The train, I don't know if you've ever been to Disney. They've got the train that goes all the way around.
The monorail.
No, the train. They've got like a train at Magic Kingdom.
Oh. Okay. I don't usually go to Magic Kingdom. I usually go to Epcot Center or something like that. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so because it's been closed since COVID.
Oh, really?
Right.
They never reopened it?
It just reopened a few months ago. So that's the first time we rode the train in a long time.
I wonder what the thinking is there.
I don't know, but
for not having it open.
The only thing I think it's good for is like if you're at one end of the park and you want to get to the exit quick. Yeah, right. Without walking a lot.
That's a good thought.
Because you don't really see anything. It's kind of a boring little train ride.
I'm thinking, and my lady friend had some medical stuff done last week, so we took the weekend off so she could rest and recuperate at home with her family. But we were in St. Augustine a week ago, Sunday, and I didn't even remember that they do a really nice job decorating the downtown of St. Augustine. And we were like just there for we just drove through because we were on our way somewhere else. And it's like, oh, this is really nice. We should come back. So I'm thinking maybe this weekend we'll go back to St. Augustine and take one of the little tourist trains, the little trolley trains around, because they do that in the evenings now to see all the Christmas lights. And it's very pretty, very nice. So we might do that. So,
yeah, like I said, Disney's pretty cool during Christmas.
Yeah.
They decorate all the parks up really good, but we went during the day. So, we saw the decorations, but not, all lit up and everything.
If you're going to go for Christmas, you got to go at night to see the lights. Come on, man.
I know, we're old. We're in bed. We're in bed by 6 o'clock. What are you talking about?
Now that you mentioned it, I do think I saw a BJ Odom Facebook post of some song and dance routine somewhere of something going on. So yeah. Okay, cool.
Although I hate to scold you, Bill, but I'm going to have to scold you.
Of me. Okay, go ahead. For what?
I'm trying to get this new relationship of yours really off the ground. And
yes, you are.
I'm trying to get it, to go really well. The first date, you just kind of like went to not a chick flick. You went to a
Right.
sci-fi
Right.
guy movie.
I haven't been big on all that. Yes.
Now, you blew another huge chance.
Which was?
You told me what? You didn't go see her this week. Why?
Oh, because, yeah, right. She was recovering from a little medical procedure. Yes.
This is where you turn on the charm.
Oh, it
You
is.
go and you go, oh my gosh, you're so, do you need a new glass
Oh,
of water?
nice.
Would you like for me to go to the store? This is where you could have like raised the bar and gotten so many brownie points, but no,
No.
you took the opportunity
To do nothing.
and you threw it out the window.
Well, in my defense, that good point. All good points. I get it. I agree with you.
Now, I think I know what you're going to say.
In my
and then
defense-
I'm going to have a rebuttal after you say what I think you're going to say.
Okay. I'm not sure you could guess, but in my defense, she's living with her daughter and their family. So it's not like I can come over and move in or whatever with her because they're already in a house full of people. So
Yeah.
anyway, what's the rebuttal?
You should have still said,
Should have still said.
I would love to come over and
Right.
take care of you.
Oh,
And her little, her heart, no matter how big it is, whether
Right.
it's Grinch size
Grinch.
or it grew 10 times the size, it would have grown 20 times the size if you'd have said, I sure want to come over and
Should have come
take
over.
care of you.
Take care of her. Probably. I mean, a good idea. Don't get me wrong. Great idea. And I will absolutely park that in the back of my brain. But yeah, the living conditions are not quite conducive to that. I don't know. So thank you for the coaching once again, Coach BJ Odom. Dating and relationship coach BJ Odom. Wow. That's a stretch if ever there was one. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but how many years now have I been with my woman?
I understand. Yes.
More years than I can count. And I've been in more situations where I really needed to turn on the charm. And I would turn it up to full force. The oven would be like, and, so I think sometimes before you make these decisions,
Okay.
you need to call Coach BJ and say,
Oh, okay.
what do I need to do here?
Okay. All right. I hear
Did you make the suggestion at least that you would come over and take care of her?
I did not. It wasn't. It didn't. Oh, I know. You should see his face, dude. Folks, I wish you could see his face. I'm getting the rolling eyes. I'm getting it all. I really am here. So, all right. So Bill probably could have handled that one better. I think there were other environmental issues of, where she's at living in. So I don't know. So, but point taken. And I will mental note, maybe I'll even write down physical note of call Coach BJ Odom next time there's a relationship question that needs.
I think as soon as, because we
Professional
record this on a Monday, I think as soon as this podcast is over, that we're done,
Right.
I think a text should be on the way saying, I'm sorry, I really started thinking about it. And no matter what, I should have at least made an attempt to come over and make you feel better. Cause I know this, you had to feel just miserable after this surgery. And I would do anything in my power to make you feel better.
That's well said, BJ Odom. Thank
I
you.
want that text to go out right after this. Right after this podcast.
I'm writing it down. I'm tapping it out on my phone. There you go. All right. Fine. Ace.
You need me, son.
Apparently so. Apparently the relationship coach. This is your next career. BJ Odom, online relationship coach. We should start another podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Yeah. Great.
Now we've covered that.
Right.
I need to ask another question.
On to the important stuff.
How was the pizza reheat last week? If you remember, if you listened to last week's podcast.
Thank you.
I
Okay,
gave
now
Bill a
we're on to
suggestion.
something. Now we're really on to something here. Okay, thank you. Good. I'm tired of having my reputation raked across the coals for my bad relationship issues. Let's talk about something important. reheating pizza. So the answer is it's fantastic. It really is. Now, I will say that on my first attempt, I overdid it. And I kind of blackened the bottom of the pizza a little bit. But having said that, I can see where if you do it right and you just throw it in the nonstick, and I put a little spritzy oil in the bottom of the nonstick and whatever, if you let it low and slow for a while, it would be terrific, because it really does a great job of re-crispifying, if that's a word. If it's not, I just made one up. Re-crispifying the bottom of the pizza. Terrific.
And in your defense on this one,
yes,
the first time I tried it, I did the very same thing you did. I
good to know.
Kind of had it on like medium low.
Right.
You've got to have it on low, like almost simmer.
Right.
And then let it sit for a while.
Yes. Yeah. All you're doing is warming.
So you actually made the same mistake I did.
Oh, okay. Okay, coach. Good to know. Boy, dating coach, pizza coach. So yes, it was great. I actually captured the process on a video snippet or two. I'm thinking it might have to be like an Instagram reel or something like that. I haven't done anything with the footage yet, but it might have to be an Instagram reel or a YouTube short or something like that. I don't know. But I still ate it. I very much still ate every last nibble of it, and it was very good. So yeah, I will definitely be doing that again. Not that there's often leftover pizza in this house. Somebody posted that on Facebook once, looking for ideas to reheat leftover pizza. And I wrote back, "What is this thing you speak of? Leftover pizza?" Because there usually isn't any in my house. So anyway, but if there is, and I need to rewarm it, I am definitely doing it that way again. So thank you for that, Coach.
And for those of you that weren't here last week, what it is, basically, I'm telling him, you take the pizza and you throw it in a frying pan.
Yes.
But very low heat.
Yes.
And we both learned our lesson the first time around. And I should have said that too, when I told you low heat.
Yeah, that's okay. I probably would have messed it up anyway, because I wasn't like looking underneath it every couple of seconds or something. I just kind of was, I let it go for a while in the background, and by the time I remembered to go take a look at it, it was already kind of charcoaly on the bottom, but not bad. Not bad. So anyway.
Blackened pizza.
Blackened pizza. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. So there you go. So that was awesome. Thank you.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
How far are you there? Well, you're in Gainesville, but in Ocala, we're getting a new Buc-ee's. How far away are you? Have they done anything yet? Have they started moving ground? And
driving south yesterday, there wasn't any sign up, but I think I saw where it's going, because I think they're already clearing land for it. So I'm pretty sure I drove past it, and I kind of like, oh, look, there's a big, because when you drive south from Gainesville to Ocala, before you get to Ocala, you're there, because just north of town, there's 3 giant warehouses in a row. There's a FedEx, there's an Amazon, and there's a Chewy, which is the pet food people. 3 big warehouses back to back to back on the left-hand side as you're going south. And I don't know why that is, because it's just on the highway there. It must be a convenient spot for them or something, or maybe they fly into a little bitty airport somewhere out there. I don't know. But anyway, it's a real big shipping and receiving and everything. And like literally just south of there, they're clearing off another giant sized parcel of land. So I'm like, fingers crossed, that might be it. So yeah.
And the people that listen to the podcast know that Bill and I are pretty big fans of Buc-ee's.
Yes.
Probably me a little more than Bill, because, whenever I see one, it's like, it's brisket time.
Yeah, I need to do that. I do.
But here comes some news for you. Now, I don't know if you've ever stopped at a Wawa,
Yes.
but they're getting ready to open Buc-ee style, I don't know what you would call them, truck stops, gas stations. I don't know what do you call, if you go to a Buc-ee's, what do you call, it's not a gas station.
No.
It's not a store.
No.
It's not a restaurant.
It's not or a truck stop or whatever. It's just like a giant sized. Well, it's kind of like a giant sized highway gas station, but I mean, it's the size of a Walmart. It might be bigger than a Walmart. I don't know. It's the size of a Walmart with like 120 gas pumps out front and the side and the back and the whatever. So it's, yeah, if it's so American, it's ridiculous. It's like, okay, this is America where we take a good idea and we supersize it and supersize it again. So anyway, yes, you sent me a text earlier in the week about this Wally's thing. And I guess I missed the part that said it's owned. It's Wawa. It's owned by Wawa.
It's owned by the company that has the Wawa gas stations.
I didn't see that part. That's so interesting. So
And
it's Wally's.
Yeah, it's going to be called Wally's, and they're going to compete. They're going to have a little character too. He's going to be Wally.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Because I hate to admit this, maybe I shouldn't be giving you relationship, advice. Because every time we go to a Buc-ee's, seems like my wife has a new T-shirt, new coffee mug, new something with that damn little beaver on it.
That's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. We went into Buc-ee's and my wife got the T-shirt and all I had was a brisket sandwich. So I hear you.
We were out the other day, and here it is, a holiday season, Christmas. And
Right.
when she got it, I don't know. She must have snuck it sometime. But she had like a little, wreath. And there he was, little Buc-ee, sticking his head outside the wreath. It was
On the
nice,
T-shirt.
it was a nice little, holiday shirt.
Now, back to the Wally's thing. I saw that they're not planning any of them in our neighborhood. They're all like up in the center. They're like in the middle of the country, aren't they? Or I don't remember.
Well,
that.
I think like around Connecticut is where they started, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Wawa, and then they've slowly, migrated to Florida.
Right.
So yeah, but they're going to start these things and they're going to compete, same concept, food, which they already do food at their
Yes.
normal gas station.
Yeah, they do a good job.
So they're going to do food. They're probably going to do it's probably going to be the same thing. They're probably just going to try to do a few things maybe better. They're talking about clean restrooms, because that's one thing people like about Buc-ee's.
Yep.
You can find a clean restroom, while you're out traveling.
Right.
So yeah, they want to go head to head against them.
That, I mean, very cool. And I love that. I love competition in businesses like that. It's like, hey, if you guys can do it, we can do it better. That sounds like a really expensive, what do you call that? Labor and capital intensive kind of a thing. It's like, okay, we're going to go up against Walmart. Really? Because people have tried and they're not around anymore. So I get it. I understand, but boy, that, like I said, that just one of those is millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's gotta be. Now, when you open, I mean, like you said, when you're traveling and you see that sign, because they're really good with Buc-ee's is really good with the, Buc-ee's 60 miles ahead, 50 miles ahead, 40 miles ahead. They're telling you every step of the way. You're getting off the highway. Even if you don't 100% need gas or don't need to go to the bathroom, BJ Odom, I can't always say that I do, but I know for a fact you are getting off the highway and going into Buc-ee's. I get it. So it's a destination,
And the wife will have purse in hand.
It's a thing. It really is. It's a must do. It's like must see TV. So I get it. So I'm wondering if when Wally's comes around, they're going to have that kind of attraction as well. It's going to have to be a destination, or, you're going to be building this monster place and, nobody's going to come into it. I mean, it's like, okay, good luck. It's going to be interesting. It really is.
I will tell you this. My daughter And guys, that had been before she was married, because I don't think she would have went with us after she got married. And of course, now she's not married, but we went out to Iowa to see one of her friends, and we went to Indiana because we went to Indiana one summer to
Right.
visit family in Indiana, and we ended up going out to Iowa.
Right.
And it was cool. And I wonder if that's where Buc-ee's got the idea. We went into this truck stop, and it actually was called the world's largest truck stop.
Okay.
And it was in Iowa. That's all I remember, really.
Iowa. Wow.
Iowa. And we went in, and it was pretty cool at the time. I'm going, whoa, this is a neat, because it had everything.
Okay. All right. Well, you keep talking. Well, we'll talk. I'm gonna Google it, of course, like I always do.
And it had it was like a regular truck stop though, where it had like a little restaurant, and it had, CB stuff, and it was like, but it was cool.
Right.
And they had like a lot of different eats and drinks and restrooms and gas pumps. And
Right.
because when I first visited it, I go, wow, this is kind of cool. The world's, and that's how they, really promoted it. The
Right.
world's biggest truck stop.
Right. And in fact, if you Google world's biggest truck stop, Iowa, you get world's largest truck stop, Iowa 80.
Okay. That sounds like a road we were on.
A place where people want to stop on the eastern edge of Iowa, not far from the Mississippi River, adjacent to the small town of Walcott. Iowa 80 truck stop, now the world's largest truck stop, established its home here in 1964. Wow. Some say Iowa 80 truck stop is like a small city, and others have likened it to a trucker's Disneyland. All right, cool for them. So, yes.
I would say they were probably the first Buc-ee's when you come to think about it.
And somebody now, so like you said, if Wawa is going to start this Wally's thing, I wonder, does Buc-ee's, are they owned by anybody, or is there a name behind them that we would know, or is it always just been Buc-ee's? That's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't either.
There's another thing for you to Google.
So much to worry about these days. Not worry.
And while you Google that, I can tell you, health experts say that adding any kind of movement into your day has benefits.
What's that got to do with Wally's truck stops?
Well, I was going to, kind of say that while you were Googling.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But you didn't.
Yeah, no.
You didn't take the bait, is what I'm saying. I take a movement every morning, so that must be.
Speaking of world's best bathrooms. Yeah. Dun, dun. Thanks for coming, folks. Be here all week.
Try the veal.
Try the veal. There you go. There you go. So, all right. So anyway, yes, apparently the big, huge truck stop thing is a thing and getting popular. And now another company is deciding that they want to give it a shot. So, all right, cool. Look forward to seeing the first Wally's here in Florida. And
we're probably looking at years away, though, because
probably
I think they are going to start like in the Northeast.
Right. And the of course the challenge with that is it takes so much space. You got to have a giant. I mean, you got to have, because I mean, with the gas pumps and the parking lots and the whole thing, I mean, it's probably 2 or 3x a regular Walmart. It's gigantic. So can't imagine that that's going to happen anytime soon, anywhere soon. So of course there's, up here in my neighborhood, a lot, once you get south of Ocala on I-75 or north of Gainesville on I-75 before you get to the Georgia border, it's miles and miles and miles of nothing. So there's plenty of space. The question is there room for it? So not room. Is there the money for it? Who knows?
I remember though living in Fort Myers.
Yes.
Getting the first Wawa, and I don't know, forget what area the people were from, but they were like, "Oh my God, we're getting a Wawa! And I'm like, "What the hell's a Wawa?"
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that well.
Yeah, so
well, up north, there's if you're in Ohio, there's and that's because that's in upstate PA and New York and all that. When I would drive in that area, there's another one very similar to Wawa called Sheetz. Sheetz. Clever, huh? And it was the same kind of thing. Big gas station. Not Buc-ee's, but I mean like a Wawa, with food and 100 different coffee flavors and all that stuff. They were really good too. I enjoyed them. and then they were first. And then, like you said, it was like, wow, oh my God, I'm like, okay, I don't understand, but okay, now I kind of get it. And yeah, they're good. They're good.
Speaking of coffee,
Awesome coffee. The problem is their gas prices are not the best. They're not like the cheapest, but
right?
it's
Racetrack is pretty good at cheaper gas prices.
Yes. Yeah, it is. So anyway, so there you go. And I'm on the Circle K Insiders Club. I just use my little Circle K Insiders card, and I always save like a couple of pennies a gallon because I'm cheap. I'm an old cheap guy. So yeah.
Well, you need to get the Speedy Pass or whatever.
I don't have you mean for a racetrack?
No, not for Racetrack, for Circle K now.
Oh,
They've changed a little bit. Now you get the Speedy,
it's Speedy or Easy Pass?
Easy Pass or whatever it is.
Pay.
Easy Pay, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen that. Boy, we are having just one hell of a show this morning.
You know what? I'll help people out a little bit because
Okay.
I'm one of those guys that likes to save on gas, especially with it getting.
Who doesn't?
I have a card for, you name it. If that's a gas station that sells gas and they have an app or a card that can save you money,
You got it.
this guy right here's got it.
Okay.
And I just got my Circle K Easy Pay card.
Okay.
And for the first 3 months, up
Yes.
to 100 gallons, not only am I going to save the 10 cents, no, they're going to throw in another 20 cents. So I'm going to save 30 cents a gallon for the first 90 days that I have this particular card,
Wow.
up to 100 gallons of gas.
Yes. Now, what's to prevent me from, after my first 100 gallons, going and getting another card? What's to prevent me from doing? Do they take a name or a phone number or an email?
If you do it, it is linked. It's kind of linked like it's linked to your bank account.
Oh.
So unless you have like 2 or 3 bank accounts, it'd probably be hard to do. Because they go, oh, we've already linked a account to that bank account.
You might be able to pull that off. Like if they would let you link it to like Venmo or Cash App or Zelle, those have different bank account numbers with them. So we might be onto something here, but yes, very cool. So look at that. 2 old guys just doing the old guy thing. Next thing we're talking about early bird dinners for sure. Come on.
Oh, I could talk about early bird dinners.
I'll bet you could.
Oh. I hate when I go in to Texas Lone Star and the early bird specials are up. Oh,
Why?
I should have went earlier.
Oh, are up as in they're not doing them anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think it's
right.
They have like a real early one. I think it's like 5:30.
Right.
Early birds up till 5:30. So
that's not early for old guys like you. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. But there are times I go, oh man, we missed it by 20 minutes. Oh, damn. Now we got to spend $2 more for each meal. Sons of a bitches.
We are well and truly into the old guy thing today, aren't we? Talking about gas stations and gas station bathrooms and early bird dinners and saving 2 pennies on a gallon of gas.
Now, when you talk about Buc-ee's, yes, I love their restrooms and I will use their restroom when I'm on the road. But there's not a Buc-ee's at every place you stop. There's not a Buc-ee's. Every town that has, little off-ramps for the interstate.
Of course not.
So McDonald's is my
go-to.
And they don't always have the cleanest bathrooms, but they have pretty clean ones in most places.
Well, yeah. And I mean, McDonald's is probably the go-to bathroom when there's when that's the only thing at the exit. So yeah, your chances of finding it nice and sparkly clean, probably not so good, but that's all right. They do what they can. So good for them.
Now, will you run in there and buy a hamburger if you whiz in their little,
I will admit, hand on heart, I will admit to you, I have used the McDonald's bathroom and not bought anything there. Yeah, I know. And I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to do it.
You feel like, oh man, I should at least buy an ice cream cone or something.
At least a soda or something like that. But no, there have been many times in my traveling days that I have stopped and not bought anything. So I do get it. So yeah, sorry, McDonald's. Well, sorry, not sorry. It's okay. It's fine.
I spent enough money in McDonald's. I should be able to go in there and take a crap anytime I want to.
Yes, you are right, Mr. Odom. Oh
I may have not spent, hundreds of dollars in your particular McDonald's restaurant, but over the course of my years of life, I deserve to crap in your bathroom.
I'm guessing most of America feels that way, but yeah, you're right. You're so right. So, all right, on to bigger. Boy, it's funny. We've been actually talking for almost a half hour now, and we have not even touched on the weekend football games, which we normally do. I mean, it's not like this is a football podcast, but normally we will at least talk about how our teams did over the weekend. And there you are wearing your Tampa Bay Buccaneers baseball hat, and they had a good day. Well, did they have a good day or did they have a lucky day?
They had a lucky day.
Yeah. Against Atlanta.
It's really funny though that NFC South.
Oh, it's
a three-way tie.
Yeah.
Any one of those three teams can do it. I am surprised. I shouldn't say this. Well, we can come back because we got to take a break. But I'm surprised that they beat,
Atlanta yesterday.
Because Atlanta's got as far as that division is concerned, I think they probably have the best team right now.
I haven't watched a whole lot of that this year, but you're right. So anyway, let's take a quick break. Go ahead and refill your coffee if you have to, or more importantly, go make a bathroom stop, because that's all we've been talking about for the last 15 minutes. Go make your bathroom stop, and we will be what?
Not only will we do a little sports, but when we come back,
yes,
they do these little studies. I would like to know who and why they did this study, but I'll bring it up when we come back after the break.
And that, my friends, is a tease, and we will be right back.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome back. I'm Bill Stevens. That's BJ Odom, who thankfully you didn't see it while we were away, but thankfully took the time to blow his nose and clear things out because he's got a cold coming on here. Apparently it's time for BJ Odom's annual Christmas cold.
Yeah, it's weird. Why I get a cold every year right around Christmas time. It's like clockwork.
It's like clockwork. Well, we're going to blame Disney on that because he was at Disney a week ago, or a few days ago as we record this. So anyway, he probably ran into somebody who was sharing some of their germs. So get well soon, BJ Odom, or whatever they say, and do that. So we were talking before we left, though, that you had something different and weird and exciting for us, and also football. We were just to briefly, I guess, cover the football thing. Tampa Bay won. I was in a complete quandary yesterday. What do I do? My old Cleveland Browns, my old team, my Cleveland Browns, were playing my new team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's a football fan to do? And BJ Odom, I need to say, volunteered to root for whatever team I wanted to lose. Because apparently he roots for teams when they lose. I understand that completely. But the Browns beat the Jaguars.
I thought the Bucs were going to lose. I really did. First, I thought, oh, they got this. Then they come back and they Atlanta scores, and I go, I can't believe they blew another lead and lost another game.
Right.
But thank God they came back. They scored again.
There you go.
So they won the game. But I was thinking.
Yep. Browns did a good job. Yep. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not over till it's over. And I said, it's not over yet.
And I was driving. So I was driving back and forth to St. Pete yesterday. And I was listening on the radio because that was the only game I could get on Sirius XM, was the Baltimore Ravens game. And they won in overtime. by running back a punt. It was super exciting, but I was hoping Baltimore would lose, of course, because then that would help Cleveland. But the Ravens won it in OT. So anyway, and then last night, how about those Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
They looked really good against a really good Philadelphia Eagles team. And Dallas has this kicker who has never played in the NFL. I mean, this was his first year in the NFL. He went to Notre Dame as a soccer player, and he played in the USFL for 2 seasons. And then Dallas picked him up, drafted him for, I don't know, a box of cereal and a cup of coffee or something cheap. And the kid is amazing. Last night, he became the first kicker in NFL history to hit 2 field goals of 59 yards or more. He had one of 59 and one of 60 or something like that in the same game. Unreal. And I mean, not even, it wasn't even like, oh, is he going to make it? No, they were down the middle and with plenty of distance, both of them. And it's like, who is this kid and where has he been hiding? And he's amazing. So
now, it seems like a lot of the kickers in the NFL are ex-soccer players.
Yes. And they're coming from like Australia or New Zealand or whatever. They're rugby players or soccer players or whatever. So yeah, this kid, I don't know where he's from, but he was terrific. It was, fun watching him because he just walks out onto the field and it's like, okay, well, here you go. How far you want it? No problem. So anyway, there you go. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, and I can't, like I said, I am surprised that the Bucs won. But again, I'm going to complain that I live in the Orlando area. Orlando again decided, we're going to have, the Jaguars game.
Yep.
Thank God for Ronnie Lane and 98 Rock.
Because you listen on the radio. It's the end of the season. You can get the last season bit of NFL Sunday ticket for probably about $50, if you really, really, really wanted to see it. So,
do you know though?
I
was going back and forth because I was watching a little bit of the Jaguars game.
Uh-huh.
But I was listening to the radio, 98 Rock.
Yep.
And I had the television on the NFL channel. And it's not like, when they get in the red zone or whatever, they show the game.
Red zone TV, right.
It's a lot like that.
Oh, really?
They show different plays and different big plays, and they'll cut away to this game, then this game, and this game. And I pretty much enjoyed that because I would see when, I would hear it on the radio, but then I would watch it, like minutes later on the NFL channel. So that was kind of cool yesterday.
And if you don't have, I used to have the big package on Sirius XM radio where I got all the games where you could listen to the hometown broadcast. Like you could listen to the hometown Cleveland broadcast, or you could listen to the hometown Jacksonville broadcast, but I don't have that package anymore, unfortunately. Well, it's a lot of money, but so you have Sirius XM has a channel called the Sunday Drive or something, and it might be NFL radio, and it's exactly the same thing. It's basically where they just highlight to highlight to highlight, and that's cool. Like you said, that makes it interesting, and they're jumping back. And they'll go, they'll like, okay, now let's go live to Cleveland where this game is wrapping up, and you'll hear it. They'll take the real live broadcast. So yeah, it's a good way to, keep an eye on everything. But yeah, the Sunday thing, I'll check that out next week.
Well, like CBS has their own little app, Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
What really irks me, I pay money for the Paramount app. And CBS, which Paramount,
yep,
they had, the Bucs game.
Yep.
They had the Jaguar game. So I know if I was 10 miles down the road in Polk County, Florida, which is in the Tampa Bay market,
right,
I would have watched probably the Bucs game. But since I'm here in Orlando, since I have the app,
right,
I should be able to watch any game that CBS has, I am thinking. But they don't let you do that. You can only watch the game that's in your area that they're playing.
Really? Because, usually it's like that whole, what do they call that? Like, watch all out of market games. Because you'll never, if you lived in Jacksonville, you would never get the Jacksonville game on the app. Because it's like, no, we want you to come down and buy a ticket. Yeah, really. Come on, guys. Nobody does that anymore. So I understand what they're doing with it, but yeah, it's a little dated. It's like, okay, that was 1990s thinking. This is now. We have this computer and internet thing. So yeah, I get it. I do. I understand exactly what you're saying, because I've had that issue before too. It's like I test drove the MLB network, the Major League Baseball network had a promotion going during the season, and I would, so you could watch any game anywhere. Well, no, you can't watch the Tampa Bay game coming to you live from Tampa Bay, Florida, because you're in the market. I'm in freaking Gainesville. It's 2.5-hour drive. I'm not going to pay a ticket for Tampa Bay. But nope, you didn't get it. So I hear you. There you go.
Made me angry.
Sorry, Mr. Odom. Sorry. Like I said, NFL Sunday ticket. Come on. Now, good question. If I have NFL Sunday ticket, can I watch the local games, or are they still subject to blackout?
Well, it wouldn't be a local game for me because I'm not in the Tampa Bay market.
Right.
So I should be able to get it.
You should be.
Oh,
all right, well, look it up. All right. What else? You said you had something else exciting for us here.
This is so stupid. I can't even believe someone did a study. But hey, who did this? Listen to this. A study shows that if you swallow a Lego figurehead, it takes about 2 days to show up in your stool. That was a study.
And what would be I almost asked a stupid question. What would be the purpose of this study? Who wanted to know?
Well, let me see here. I'm going to swallow this head, this Lego head, and let's see how long it takes me to poop it out. Let's do a study.
Better to swallow a Lego head than a Lego block, because I'm thinking that with those sharp edges, that would be really uncomfortable to poop out that.
I don't know. I don't know what the heads are like. I've never seen
They're smaller and rounder. And
I don't know what a Lego head looks like.
I don't either, but I know they're not blocks because you can see them on the TV commercials. Like because that's the only thing they make that's not a Lego block. It looks like it's like round and, painted to look like a face. So yeah, it's going to have a little smoother time exiting your body, shall we say.
Now, this is a study too, because if you do a study on a new drug or something,
right?
It's like, you get volunteers or whatever.
Right.
It's like, what? Oh, we need to find 10 people.
Right.
That will swallow a Lego head. And we're going to do a study.
On how long?
We want to find out how long it's going to take you to poop it out.
And again, I am left wondering, why is that important and valuable information that requires a study?
And is there a guy in a little white coat, with a little, like a notepad?
Right.
Okay, Leo, it took him 2 days and 27 minutes.
And do they send a little guy with a white lab coat to your bathroom? That's what I want to know.
I would say you would do it in a study lab.
Oh, there's that.
You would take 20 to 40 people and you would put them in a study lab and you'd say, all right, you all swallow this Lego head. Now we're going to sit here and we're going to wait till you poop it out. And when you do, we are making a study here. And
we're going to wait for 2 days. We're all just going to sit here together
and
watch the Hallmark Channel for 2 days.
How much do they pay for this study?
Right?
Because they always say we're looking for, we're doing a study on a new drug. We need, you get your health care and your whatever for,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I need to start looking for these studies, maybe.
Would you volunteer for that, BJ Odom? Would you
Why
volunteer?
not?
No.
Why not? Let me swallow this Lego head and we'll wait and we'll see how long it takes me to get it out of my system.
I have a feeling that your support team at Tampa General might have something to say about that.
And then what would you do? Like, let's say there are 20 people in the study.
Mm-hmm.
And they've all had their little figurine heads come out and go, okay, we're done. We're leaving.
Yeah.
And you're the guy that's still sitting there going, oh my God, how long is this thing going to be in my stomach?
Oh, you're the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody had to be last.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be first. Somebody had to be last. I get it. Yeah. How long are you going to wait? Because then I'm going to start thinking if it's been 2 or 3 days, I'm starting to think, oh my God, it's stuck in there. It's stuck.
We're
It's
going to
be there forever.
We're going to have surgery now.
Yeah. Thank you. No.
And then you go to the doctor. What'd you swallow it for anyway? Because it was a study. They paid me to do it.
That's right. On it. Yeah, that's a hard pass for me, as the kids would
Yeah,
say.
you're right. It would be a hard pass.
I'm sorry. I really didn't see that coming. A hard pass. Yes, it would be a very, very hard pass. Hard no. So, and no, I'm not doing that. No, bad enough when you get to be this age, going to the bathroom. Come on.
I'm at the point now. Depends on what's it pay. What's this study pay?
I hear that. I get that. Yeah, you could tempt me. You could tempt me, but I don't think that one would be tempted. Well, everything has a price, right? Everything has a price. Bill, you wouldn't do it for $100. Would you do it for $1,000? Would you do it for $10,000? Yes. Yes, I would.
Let me have that, Dan. Can I put hot sauce on that?
That's right. A little ranch dressing. Dip them in ranch.
Probably come out a whole lot quicker if I put some hot sauce on.
Where do you find this stuff? Who thinks of this stuff?
Well, I don't even know who thought of this study. And then somebody got to go, well, let's print that. That sounds like a good thing to print.
That sounds like a great story. Yep. No, stop it. This is like encouraging kids to eat Tide Pods or whatever. No, kids, don't do this. Don't try this at home. Don't try it anywhere. Please, we beg you. We don't want to be responsible. But we should probably have put that disclaimer on it, by the way. BJ and Bill podcast is not responsible for any actions you may take as a result of listening to this hilarious podcast. So it's not, as all the kids say on YouTube when you're watching the kids like talk about stock market or cryptocurrency, not financial advice.
I don't think that'd be any advice.
No, that's not it.
Hey, Bill, what are you doing this afternoon? Now I'm going to eat a Lego head. What are you doing that for? I want to see how long it takes me to poop it out.
Yeah, and they're paying me. That's why. Because I'm not saying I'd do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying, show me the money.
I've never seen a Lego head. I'd want to take a look first.
Oh, come on. Go to Google and any of the Lego sets that have people in them, like now there's
I'll go to the Lego
make
store.
Star Wars ones. And if you were eating like a Chewbacca Lego head, that would probably be a lot more painful, or a Batman one with the pointy ears on them. So yeah, but a regular Lego, where the hell do you find these things, BJ Odom? Now you got me thinking about it here. Jeez. All right, I'm done. I'm done with that. Wow.
That's all I got. After the Lego heads, I'm done. My list has pretty much come to a close at that point.
All right.
Now you have your girlfriend though, but here's another study.
Oh boy, a girlfriend study. Oh boy.
Yeah, I could do this one.
Okay.
A study found that men are more successful at getting dates on a sunny day when they ask out a woman.
On a sunny day as opposed to a rainy day. Or as opposed to bad weather, good weather day versus bad weather day. Well, sure. I mean, well, I shouldn't say sure, but I would guess I might figure that people are in a better mood on a sunny day as opposed to on a not sunny day. And it's like, I'm feeling a little crappy. I'm feeling a little down today. Don't bother me. Don't try and ask me out on a date, whatever. As opposed to, oh, it's bright and sunny and I'm feeling alive and spry and all of that good stuff. And what the heck, I'll consider your option for dating here. So, well, that good idea. I like that. I think that could work. So,
well, it might be very romantic though to say, hey, would you like to go out and do a little singing in the rain?
Singing in the rain.
Who was that? Who was the dancer that did that?
Gene Kelly.
Yeah, Gene Kelly.
Well, I mean, that he didn't do the song, but Singing in the Rain was the movie. Was
Yeah.
the ancient movie. That's that iconic scene of him singing in the rain. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I mean, once you are on the date, once you are dating somebody or involved in a relationship, I mean, there's, nothing better than sleeping in on a Sunday morning with the rain falling outside or whatever. That's very romantic and snuggly. So there you go.
Yeah.
Not that you'd know anything about that, BJ Odom, but yeah.
I like snuggling when it's cold.
Yes. But cold, I had to ask, Alexa. I had to ask her like the weather outside. It was like 45 degrees when I got up this morning. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, my wife's the person that's always like hot in the family.
Right.
I don't care. It could be 20 below zero. Oh, I'm so hot. So because I'm getting this cold. I had a miserable night last night, so I'm laying there under the covers, and I guess I'm not aware of what's going on. So the dog wants to go out.
Right.
So she's taking the dog out. And then all of a sudden, I see her come back in from taking the dog out. And then I see her put on a sweatshirt, a jacket, and a 20. And then she went and took the dog out. So it must have been cold out there this morning.
So does the dog run the house to that degree? I mean, when the dog wants to go out, 2:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning, noon, doesn't matter. The dog runs the house, right? The dog says it's time to go out. It's time to go out.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
But I don't have a dog, so I don't have to worry about that problem.
You do have a dog. It's just you choose to let someone else take care of this particular.
No, I say you want the dog. It's your dog. If the dog's got to poop, it's your responsibility.
Oh, you tried that? You tried that move, Dad? You really tried that one?
No,
and how'd that work for you?
It's, it makes her angry sometimes, but it's been working out. Hey, I wasn't wanting the dog.
Oh,
I
really?
don't want no dog. You want the dog. You want that. When the dog wants to go out.
No, you shouldn't say that out loud. I saw him walking behind you there once or twice.
That wasn't even our dog. That's the daughter's dog.
Oh, so it's a 2-dog family again now.
We're pretty close.
It'll be a 3-dog family if she hears you talking like this. You'll be the third.
It's like let me see. It's Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think she's gonna come get her today.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So anyway, I'm back to this it's your dog thing. Because you hear that all the time. You will hear one parent or the other telling the kid, if you want the animal of whatever kind, dog, cat, guinea pig,
you
whatever,
take care of it.
You are taking care of it. Right. And very often, of course, that does not happen.
Right.
When it's a kid. Right. So.
Yeah, but I told her, you wanted the dog, you got the dog, you take care of the dog.
Wow. And
now,
stuck to that.
Yeah, but now, I mean, I'm not saying that I've never taken the dog out.
Right.
Like if she's busy or something and the dog, because we have a little bell.
A bell
on our door, our slider door.
Okay.
It's like a little bell comes down, some little ringy bells.
Okay.
And she'll take her nose and whoop, whoop, whoop. And the bells will go jingle, 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 jingle.
Oh.
And that's
so the dog knows to let you know that it's time to go out.
Right. Now it's really funny. She'll go jingle. Okay, she doesn't really have to go. But if you see that dog over there going jingle, 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 you're going, I better let that dog out. And believe
Unless
me.
I want to be cleaning up puddles in the house.
Yeah, because when she jingles,
it's time
runs out. But that's usually the number 2 there.
Ah,
she does a lot of jingling. It's like I gotta go.
I gotta go. Well, that's good. I mean, that's very cool. I get it. So
now this is probably the third dog that we've had that my wife is trained to do that. And the first time I go, that dog's not gonna ring the bell when it's gonna go to the bathroom.
And it does, and it did. Now I mean, this isn't a dog training video or a dog training class or whatever, but how does she train the dog to do that?
Well, and this, I'll get into it. Why not?
There's going to be some deep, dark secret here, folks.
No, not really, but she teaches it the bell and kind of rings it and then takes her out. She goes to the bathroom, comes back in, gives her the treat.
Of course.
So I swear, though, sometimes this dog is smart enough.
Right.
Then it goes and rings the bell, runs out and squats because it's a low dog. It's a little dog.
It's a little dog.
You know, my daughter's dog's bigger. It's
Right.
You know, you can't, that one you can't be fooled by. But the little one's like low to the ground, hairy, so she squats. I mean, she might only squat for 2 seconds.
And then come running back in.
She's running back in like, hey, look what I did. Look what I did.
Where's my treat?
And I swear, as God is my witness, that dog sometimes just goes out and squats to get a treat. And I tell my wife, I go, you know, that dog is just squatting to get a damn treat. She goes, well, why don't you feel underneath there and see if it's wet? And I go, no, I'm not going to feel under there and see if it's wet. I'll give it the damn treat.
So you both have each other well trained. You have trained the dog has trained you. It's awesome. That's yeah. I have a friend who over here at 2 cats and puts out cat treats all the time. And the cat will literally, if the cat treat bowl is empty, because the cat treat bowl is different than the cat food bowl. The cat food bowl is back in the laundry room where the litter box is. I don't know if that's convenient or whatever, if that's good for the cat. But anyway, and the little itty bitty cat treat bowl is out in front of the TV so that we can all see it or whatever. And if the treat bowl is empty, the cat will literally sit there and stare at you from sitting on the floor just while you're watching TV, but give you that
look
stare like,
hey, Dumbo.
Why are you sitting? Huh?
They're going, hey, Dumbo, look, the bowl's empty.
Yeah, hey,
get your
bowl.
Get your ass up and put some food in there.
That's right. Empty bowl, not good. Empty bowl, wrong.
Now,
come over here, human. Put some goodies in the bowl.
Now, we have a fenced yard, so we just let the dogs out.
Right.
They do their thing, and they run back in. They get their little treat. Well, now, my daughter, she walks her dog. She's like, because she doesn't have like a big backyard or anything.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a big backyard, but we got a backyard, fenced backyard. So she walks her dog.
Right.
So her dog has never really been trained like that. So, but now, after, being here, I don't know how long she's been coming over here on the weekends, but for a while now.
Right.
So she now knows that if I go out and I go to the bathroom, I'm getting some goodies delivered. And so now she runs in, just like the little one. And they both look up where the treat bowl is and go, I want one. I get one, right? I went out. I peed. Did you see me? I peed. I squatted. I peed. Look, the little shit's going to get one. I want one too.
Everybody trains everybody. I love that. It's awesome.
My daughter goes, I don't know why you're doing that. Now she's going to expect this at home.
Right?
I go, well, you was the one that brought her over.
That's you. Hello. They learn from each other. They learn from you. They learn from each other. That's funny. That's awesome. Yeah. People in their animal. I had critters. I had dogs back when I was a young in high school. And then I had a cat like the first couple of years I was married life. And I mean, that was literally like the 80s. So we're setting the way back. And I haven't, not since. It's, maybe it's just my, fact that I live in my little 1-bedroom comfy apartment all by my lonesome. And it's not lonesome. I love it. And so no need for animals. I get it, but it's just not my style.
If I was single, I wouldn't have one.
Right. I get it.
If I didn't have a daughter, I wouldn't have two.
And I hear that all the time. I mean, literally, I was at this party. I was at this, I'm not going to say it was a company party, but it was it was a party for this group that I'm in, that I'm on the board of directors for in St. Pete last night. And 7:30, 8 o'clock rolls around and it's time to go. And then, several people in the room are looking at their watch going, oh yeah, I got to go home, get the dog, got to take care of the dog, got to get, take the dog for a walk, got to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I love dogs. I don't want my life to revolve around one. So,
yeah. Cause there's a lot of responsibility in having it.
Tons. And it's not like a kid that goes off to school during the day. You have this critter 24/7. Actually, The critter has you.
It's a pain in the butt.
Oh, come on, BJ Odom. Even you have just said you are not the one doing most of the taking care of work. So You don't
Well,
get you don't get to pull that excuse.
But it does affect me.
Yes.
Because if let's say we want to go somewhere for the weekend.
Yes.
Oh, we got to find a hotel where to take the dog.
Yes.
Why?
That's the biggest thing. And I could do it. I choose not
I'll
to.
tell you one thing, though, at least with a kid, you can stay in a hotel.
Right.
You don't have to pay like an extra $30-$50 because you got a kid with you.
But you do for the dog.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. The dog costs more than the kid. Of course, you have to feed the kid 3 times a day, but you feed the dog too.
Yeah.
Those treats aren't cheap.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
All right.
an endless circle.
Before we get him too mad at all that,
Yeah.
I think we'll let him go and sneeze some today. I see his.
And then I keep saying too, if this one passes, when this one goes.
Oh yeah.
But I've said that 3 times now.
3 different dogs. Yeah. Yeah. So I hear you.
I said, you ain't getting another dog until I'm dead. Then you can have 100 dogs if you want.
But yes, some people are pet people, and they will always be a pet person, whether it's a dog or a cat or whatever. And it's like they need that or want that in their life. So yeah, when one goes, then they can replace it with another one. I mean, that I don't want to be, cold about it, but that seems to be how it works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's stupid.
Let us know I forgot when we took our break, I forgot to mention the fact that we would really appreciate it, by the way, if, you would go and leave us your pet comments either on our Facebook page at BJ and Bill Podcast, or of course, you can comment on the podcast in general with your wonderful, much appreciated, glowing 5-star review wherever you happen to get this podcast. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever, please feel free to review and love this podcast. And we would appreciate that. Would be like a treat for us. That would be our treat.
Yeah, that'd be like giving us a treat. Yeah.
It'd be like giving us a treat. And
because I've been told by the powers that be, it takes us up the podcast ladder.
Yes, it does.
And it helps us get more revenue for our commercials.
Yes.
Things like that. It's the podcast business and the radio business, a little bit similar, but it's a whole lot of new stuff.
Yes.
It's how to, maneuver yourself and
right.
It used to be all about ratings. Well, now it's about reviews and downloads and
right. Well, and I mean, but reviews and downloads are the way podcasts are rated. Joe Rogan gets 10 million downloads in a week. Okay, his ratings are pretty good. BJ and Bill get 9.5 million downloads in a week. Okay, you're not Joe Rogan, but you're pretty good. So there's that. Yes.
Yeah, I think we get like 30 to 40,000 a week.
That's awesome. I mean,
not even close to 1 million though.
Well, we're working on it.
We're
only at episode 67.
You got to wait till we at least get to 120, I guess.
All right, BJ. Anything else? What are you doing? What are you doing this week?
Coughing, sneezing, and taking pills.
Well, you have fun with that. You have fun with that. I have to take my car in. I have a Hyundai, and they have been bugging me that there's this software upgrade to make the anti-theft thing. You probably heard about that. It was in the news a year ago that like Hyundais were apparently crazy easy to steal because of the way the software works in them for the alarm system. I don't know. So they finally got around to sending me a thing and said, hey, bring in your car and we need to upgrade the software for it. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll do it. So got to find a time to bring a car in to have software updated. Boy, everything needs an update now. Even I need an update. Even you need an update. BJ.
Oh, do I need an update?
I know. All right. Well, before that comes around, you have yourself a good week. All right.
I will do that.
Folks, we appreciate you being with us. As always, please feel free to leave that 5-star review wherever you get your podcast, and check in with us on the Facebook page at BJ and Bill Podcast. And we will see you next week. And up to then, it's just up to BJ to say with his croaky voice,
see ya!
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.